Hey, Jeff Reber with ERA Heaven Realty, here today to talk about owning versus renting. And I'm sure you haven't heard a realtor talk about the merits of renting above owning, but let's talk about that for a second. First of which, if you're in a life position where you're going to be in a location for a short period of time, job relocation, military, a growing family, and you know that in a couple, 3 years, you're going to be moving again, that's one of the pros of renting, is that you're not tied down to that particular property. One of the other things is maintenance. You are way more maintenance free with renting versus owning. And some of that may be things you like to do. Improving the property is something you can do with ownership that you can't do with renting. But the cost to maintain things like a roof, an air conditioner, a hot water heater, plumbing and electrical systems, flooring, painting, fixtures, and on the list goes, that saves you a whole lot of money if you don't have to pay for all of those things. So I've given a couple articles, and if you're watching this video purely, follow the link to our website. There are a few well-written articles breaking down the thought process for how you can come up with or how you should do the math to decide whether you should own or rent given your situation, the price point of the property you're planning to purchase, and on and on. So that's a few of the merits for renting. Let's talk about owning, because if you're going to be in a location, and I know, none of us knows the future, but if your plan is to be in a location for the long haul, then I would say certainly ownership is your best bet. And the reason is, if you're financing the property each month, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but you're paying down a portion of the principal balance on that loan. Whereas in a rental environment, if you're in a city like Jacksonville where supply is being outrun by demand for people moving into not only the state of Florida, but the city of Jacksonville, rent will continue to go up versus you have a fixed payment on your mortgage that is continuing to dwindle away at the principal balance on the loan. So that's one reason. Two, if you're wanting to live in a desirable community, it may be that there are no or very few rental options. So if you're trying to get in a particular neighborhood for your family or whatever the reason may be, ownership may be your only option. And then the third thing is that you can make it your own. The whole American dream of having your home and being able to make it yours, that's not really possible if you're renting. So those are just a few of my thoughts. And a lot of the decision comes down to doing the math on, okay, what's it going to cost you to rent? What's it going to cost you to own this home or purchase this home? Not only the closing costs associated, but monthly principal, interest, taxes, insurance, maintenance on roof, AC, plumbing, electrical, etc. And where should that balance be? How should you make that decision? So if you have any of those questions, and maybe you have friends or family that are thinking about a move and trying to determine which direction to go, I'd love to have that conversation. Again, 904-405-1995. Call, text, or email jeff@era.com, and I'd love to catch up. Take care.